my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. It's February Q&A time and the Q&As are tending to lean towards the back end of the month, so if you'd like to submit a question for my monthly Q&A, subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the little red button down below, turning on the bell notification. Then you'll get my community posts where every month I pop up the opportunity to ask some questions. I also put them on my Instagram stories as well. So if you haven't followed me over on Instagram, please do so. I post a lot of pictures there of how I style these bags that I'm addicted to. So you'll see some outfit inspo and how I kind of put things together, especially because I have a bit more of an eclectic bag collection. So we're going to start with our YouTube channel questions today because why not? Usually I end with these ones, but today I'm going to start with it. So thanks to everybody that has submitted questions for this month. As per usual, we have some great questions, so buckle up. This first question comes from Melanie Davies. Hi Dale, I recently watched Danny O's video on her most neglected bags. I will link that one in the description box below. She mentioned an interesting scenario whereby she had a dupe of a Birkin that she was carrying to work to see if the bag suited her lifestyle. A client commented on her bag asking if it was a Birkin. The client later made a comment about her fee structure. Is it a coincidence? Therefore Danny doesn't wear her Birkin to work. It made me think, are there places that luxury lovers don't wear their luxury items and why? I thought this might be an interesting topic for you to explore in some detail. If you could just answer the question. Or you could just answer the question. I always love to hear your ideas and opinions. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, Melanie. I watched Danny's video and I think that it might be a coincidence. I consult for a living and I talk about my fee structure every other day. In fact, it's kind of an odd situation to be talking about what you get paid every day when in a normal corporate environment it's kind of taboo to talk about your annual salary or, you know, whatever your pay structure is. I wear luxury handbags to work and I have done since I started buying them. I engage with my clients about my luxury handbags. Just this week I was facilitating a workshop and one of my clients said, oh, what shoes are you wearing today, Dale? What handbag are you carrying today, Dale? And then proceeded to tell the chief financial officer of that company that I always wear cool shoes and lovely handbags. Now, I don't believe that there was a correlation for me personally between the value of the service that I provide, the price that I charge, and the handbag that I carry. But that's my mindset. I'm not looking for evidence to support anything to the contrary. And it's become a part of my brand. So I would suggest it's a coincidence, but I am not, you know, privy to the work that Danny does or the environment that she works in, so I can't answer on her behalf. It is a great idea for another video. I have done a number of videos on luxury judgment and I have to say that for me it's because I choose consulting, it means I choose to take a risk on myself as my brand, which also means that for that risk I expect a reward, and that is to just be myself, wear what I want and do what I want. And yeah, so that maybe that's a little bit unique in the circumstances. I don't know if that answered the question or not, but I don't think personally it matters. I think it's how you look for signs, how you carry yourself, how you engage in conversation as to how you kind of process any reaction that you might get. This next question is from Sarah. Hi Dale, I love your channel. Thank you very much. Who's your biggest influencer when it comes to learning about bags you may want to buy? Or are you following particular brands to learn about new releases? And there's a second part to the question, which I will share in a moment. I've probably mentioned it not so much of a direct way as I will be now. And for those of you who are new here, I tend to answer questions directly and sometimes that can be confronting for people, so just know that. I don't watch YouTube or YouTubers to find out about handbags. I find out about handbags from the brands themselves and my sales associates. I think I complain every time I do a luxury item review video that I hate doing reviews, because I don't watch review videos very rarely unless there's absolutely nothing to watch, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll watch this review video. But usually it's not something that I want to be a part of my luxury journey. I want to be the pioneer. I want to discover the pieces for myself. I don't want to watch luxury shopping vlogs. I want to go to the store and discover things. It sounds very I, me, but that's how I want to interact with luxury. I don't want spoilers. It's not what I want. So yeah, my sales associates are probably my biggest influences, and you know, if you've got good ones, they'll drop into your inbox every other day and just send you pictures of what's coming, and let me tell you, that is tempting fate, absolutely. The second part of Sarah's question is, can you give advice for etiquette for shopping in a luxury boutique? Thank you. I have done a whole video on this. I would say that most of my suggestions wouldn't have changed. Maybe they have post-pandemic, but for me, it's all about the relationship. As soon as you meet someone in a luxury boutique, you should introduce yourself. My name's Dale, what's your name? And really make that connection early on. If you are just engaging with someone in a purely transactional nature, that's pretty much all you're going to get back. So for me, I think that's the most important thing. I would always, on that initial visit, always position myself that what I'd like to do is look for a new work bag. I'm looking for something that has crossbody functionality that will fit a 13-inch laptop. Today's just about looking for me and reconnaissance. But I'd love to get your number so that once I've had to think about these things, I could come back and make an appointment to shop. The reason that you do that is because when you make an appointment to shop, you're considered, you're a sure thing for the sales associate, and you're more likely to get all of those extra touches, like be offered a drink, a glass of champagne, have a more relaxed shopping situation because it's not rushed, like your time has been accounted for. And to me, they're the kind of two things that are really important in setting up a relationship. And it's a different way of shopping. It's not like you just drop in and get your milk after work. It should be a considered experience, unless, you know, like me with Fendi, I drop in very regularly. So that's a little bit different because I pretty much know everyone in my local boutique and in the Sydney boutique. And so, you know, I can, if I'm walking past, I feel okay to just drop in and say, oh, what's new, you know, what's happening, and feel like it's not annoying. At least they're very good at letting me feel like I'm not being annoying. Okay, we have Eva from the channel Fuchsia Floyd. Hi Eva, and thanks for your question. I'll link her channel in the description box below. Hi Dale, just wondering what you're reaching for most lately. The pigeon, the side trunk, your MTO, your carry-all, or something else? Yep, point taken, there's been a lot of new bags recently. So I would say, given the amount of work out and about with clients, that my carry-all has probably trumped the bag that I've been carrying the most. I just love how this bag sits. I am looking forward to getting an organizer though, because I find there's only like 3 pockets for organization, and that does make it a little bit tricky to find things, especially when you're in a rush. And I'm currently driving my husband's car, which requires a key to actually get into it, which is really annoying because I just like keyless entry, so I don't have to dig around and find the car key. And in this bag, it's just, you know, very dark. So I have ordered an organizer, and I did use my Zoomoni code to get 20% off. So I do buy the things that I talk about here. But yeah, I think this bag has honestly been, I mean, I'll do a full review on it, but as an everyday work bag, I'm just really enjoying it. Gary the pigeon definitely has a cult following on Instagram. I really enjoyed taking this one to lunch with Connor for an early birthday lunch celebration the other day. I have to say that a lot of people have reached out to me about Gary's beak, because Romina Rosemay, who's a fellow YouTuber, her bird was named Fran, and its beak broke off. So yeah, waiting for her video on that one. But so far, nothing to, I would just say it probably got hit on something. I can't see that it would come off. There's no join on it where it should come off. Definitely loving Gary the pigeon. My side trunk, it's one of my, it's an easy grab and go bag for me, especially when I want something a little bit more, you know, different and edgy. So I'm really enjoying using the side trunk. And my MTO is firmly in her box. I'm actually looking at some different storage yet again, because I think I need some more enclosed storage, just with dust and light. Yeah, so I'm taking extra special care of my MTO, but here's a picture of me wearing it out for lunch with Connor for his birthday. This next question is from Corinne P, who also has a YouTube channel. I'll link in the description below. Dale, funny question. What would you do if you've run out of space for your bags, but you've yet to reach purse piece? Would you renovate, move to a bigger house, or sell some bags? I have been considering the whole zero net bags, meaning a one in, one out kind of philosophy. But I think that's only relevant if I have, you know, if there are things that I really don't need to keep. I think it's a good thing to check in with yourself and just see why you're keeping certain things. But in terms of storage, I actually think there's lots of things that you can do before you have to renovate or buy a bigger house. So, you know, firstly, kick my husband out of this wardrobe and he can have like a little chest of drawers in the bedroom. That's one option. But I do think I have talked about redesigning this room several times, because we haven't given it a permanent thought. It's really been a temporary arrangement. So that's also an option. But I think I can fit a lot more in here before I need to do anything, Corinne. Kaylee Carroll, recently Romina got the pigeon bag like you and it broke. How are you going to prevent yours from breaking? And when are you going on your vacation? And are you going to get any bags? Well, I think I've answered the pigeon question. I guess I'll just be careful with it now that I know the beak is a pressure point. When am I going on my vacation? In September. So I've already organised for house sitters and dog sitters, and everything is kind of logistically sound. Will I get any bags abroad? I think it would be silly for me to say no. So absolutely, but I do not plan on doing any shopping until I get to Rome, for a couple of reasons. One, because that is at the back end of my trip. Two, because then I can claim the VAT refund. And three, because then I can send them home with my husband. And four, because Rome, like most of my favourite brands are Italian, especially Fendi. So I'd really love to organise to go and see the Fendi workshop, the Fendi Casa, the Fendi Palazzo, where the made-to-orders are kind of hosted. I'd love to go and see all of that. Abigail R, what's your favourite luxury item that isn't a bag? I would say my jewellery, and you know, all of it. I'm a big fan of beautiful, unique jewellery, and I've talked a lot about Canturi jewellery on my channel. I love Bulgari as well, but I find that their prices and what they're offering is starting to get a bit ridiculous, and they're starting to get a little bit like Cartier and Van Cleef, where you're paying for the brand, and Tiffany, rather than paying for what you're actually getting. And I think Bulgari used to be a point of difference in that regard, not so much anymore. So definitely my jewellery. Cameron Felix Garrison, hi Cameron, when are you coming to party in the USA with me? Well, A, thanks for the invite. B, it won't be this year, but maybe next year. I'm sure the invitation is always open, right? Matt Tyler, hi Matt, want to share your new car deets? Yeah, I'm happy to share. So I have recently traded in the car that was my dream car. I had all my young and adult life thought that the epitome of car for me was a black convertible, and I wanted a BMW hardtop convertible. I did not want a ragtop, and so it has the whole robotic mechanism to kind of fold down. It's very sleek and beautiful with a white leather interior because super practical, right? So I've loved that car for the last 4 years. However, I've found that I'm less and less sentimental about things. Our circumstances require us to have a bit more space for people. We have 3 cars and they all just fit 2 people. So a bigger car was on the cards. And we thought, you know what? We had an X5 in the past and we loved it. I was really curious about the X6. I've talked about it on my wish list videos. But it's a BMW, you know, all-wheel drive, bigger car, fits a lot of people, tows heavy things. So it's got 3-ton towing capacity. It will be black. It will have all blacked out grills and an M Sport. It will have big 22-inch rims. It will be a bit of a beast and a cognac interior. So super excited. Apparently there are a lot of luxury vehicles stuck on boats outside of Australian waters waiting for quarantine. There's a bit of a backlog, so now it's just a matter of waiting. Hannah asks, what's on your luxury wish list for 2023? I have done a video on it. I always say, I don't know why I do wish lists because I'm such a seasonal lover of things, but I do know that I had new car, tick, overseas holiday, tick, made to order, tick, pink sequin baguette, tick. I think I had a petite mal, but that was a maybe depending on my made to order. I'm still keen on a petite mal, but I don't see myself buying bags for a little while just because girl's got to save for her holiday, right? Holly Grace, hello Holly. What are your thoughts on luxury YouTubers that gaslight their viewers? I think it's getting worse in some cases. Not with anyone I choose to engage with, but I appreciate genuineness and integrity. But it is out there. I did ask Holly for an example, and I'm sure she's got more important things to do than reply to me on YouTube comments. What do I think about anyone who gaslights anyone? I think it's not on. I have spoken about YouTubers gaslighting their viewers when, let's talk about logos. So there was a big conversation about how people who buy bags that have logos on them are trying really hard to look wealthy, but it actually makes them look the reverse of wealthy because they're being so flashy, and real wealth is quiet and it whispers. And I think if you're a luxury YouTuber and you go about saying things like that, and you are somebody who has previously purchased logos, or you still purchase bags with logos but it's just not monogram, that you're effectively saying to the people who watch your videos, who buy logos, that they're not worthy. I think that's a form of gaslighting, and I'm on the record as saying I don't think that that's okay. All right, now we're on to our Instagram questions. Hi Dale, this one's from Delphine Reed. Do you have a style goal for 2023? Only that my clothes might get smaller. No, not particularly. I'm still loving matching sets. I'm actually waiting on a suit to arrive. I am turning my mind towards how to wear more, you know, how to put together kind of a work capsule wardrobe and a capsule wardrobe for my trip, that will be both stylish and comfortable and practical and cool. So yeah, probably just a little bit more of a capsule approach, because I still tend to love standout pieces. I'm not someone that goes and buys a bunch of basics. I love my standout pieces. I do want to buy some more straight leg jeans though, so yeah, no real goals to speak of. Just probably looking at things that I can wear in more different ways. Okay, here we have a question from Form Over Function Events. do you have a view on YouTubers who are all about luxury but post from a bedroom with dingy walls, no art on the walls, a basic bed with a bad doona cover, the bed not even made? They're just not in love with their home spaces. I can't deal. Do I have a view on it? Look, I have been criticised about my messy background, and it is, I think, a very orderly wardrobe. It's a practical space. It is where I keep my things. I am not about having the clean slate background with a diptyque candle in the background and an Eiffel Tower, you know, ornament from when you went to Paris, and an Hermes box on a bookshelf. Like, I don't think that that is remotely interesting, and perhaps the point is those people don't want their handbag collections in the background for security reasons. Perhaps the point is that they want a more minimal aesthetic. You know, there's other YouTube backgrounds that are still the cubed storage boxes. That's a thing. Like, there's all sorts of backgrounds. For me, I think sometimes there's something endearing about someone just sitting on their bed and talking about handbags. But I do see where you're coming from. And I sound like I'm kind of editing myself here, but I could say, like, I don't agree that my background's messy, but some people think it is. So I don't know, like, I feel like I can't really comment on it. The next question is from Yaya_JKU. What do you think of Cassie going to the Fendi show again? Would you go if you're invited? I think Cassie going to the Fendi show is amazing. If you saw her outfits, if you saw how genuinely joyful and excited she was, I think she takes you in her vlogs along for the ride in a really genuine way, and I think it's fantastic. Would I like to go? Yeah, I'd like to go, but not to the exclusion of somebody else. You know, I've got a video on my channel about this, about, I don't know how long ago it was now, maybe 8 months or something, and a lot of people took it the wrong way. And that's fine, because there's some absolutely, you know, crazy Cassie lovers out there. I am a big fan of Cassie. I think she's professional. I think she still has authenticity. I think that any brand would love to have Cassie promoting their products, or, you know, just have her voice bringing in new people. So yeah, I'd love to go to Milan. I'd love to go and see a show. I'd love Fendi to dress me, because I don't have enough clothes to wear. Yeah, I'd love to, but I'm really happy that she's been again. And, you know, it seems to be this really mysterious kind of process around how do brands decide who their guests are going to be. Because I know of people who are influencers that are invited. I know of people who are, you know, top tier people that are invited. Then there's PR people that are invited. Then there's, you know, a friend of a friend that's invited. Like, who knows how it works, but sure, I'd like to be invited. Lee Lemie, when is your new car coming and what did you get? I've answered that one. Hopefully it'll be here by the end of March. Geraldine J. Vance. Hi Geraldine. Favourite bag from the Fendi Fall 2023 collection? I am not with the origami bucket bag that turns into a tote bag crowd. For me, that's a gimmick, something. I don't like a bucket bag, and I don't like the shape of the shopper tote, so it's not something that I would be remotely interested in. I love the you know, the multi-pocket baguette in the Zucca print. I love that. I was never a fan of the satin ones. They're too smooth for me, but I love the look of them, but I, you know, for me they're too smooth and shiny. But I love this matte Zucca print multi-pocket baguette. I'll pop a picture in here. I'm loving that. I'm not a fan of the new bag, which is called the Come On or something like that. It looks a little bit vintage for me, and I kind of don't go for those shapes. Geraldine also asks, what do you think about the whole naked dress trend, underwear on display? I think if you've got it, flaunt it. I would never, could never, have never worn anything like that. I think I've worn a sheer top with my bra kind of exposed. But yeah, if you can, why not do it now? Margaret Brett, hi lovely, how's your skin feeling now after your treatment? It feels great now. In fact, I had like a little bit of a breakout just down here, but no, it feels really great. In a matter of fact, it's only 2 weeks until I have my next treatment. If you missed my fractional laser clear and brilliant treatment vlog, I'll link it above and in the description. Go check it out. You'll know what Margaret's talking about. Elizabeth Duffy, I don't have a question, just want to tell you Gary is fab. Gary says thanks. Carolina D'Souza asks, have you considered the Chanel maxi chain around flap to replace your jumbo and GST? No, I haven't. I'm not considering anything from Chanel, to be honest, at the moment. Mamuchi_99, are there bags in your collection that no longer excite you, that you feel meh about? No, I think for me that's usually a bit of a giveaway that I'm ready to sell, and I've sold bags that a lot of people would be excited about, so at the moment, no, there aren't any. Certainly I have bags that are, you know, workhorse everyday bags that aren't statement bags, but I need them because I think that if I didn't have those, some days I would literally have nothing to wear because I have a lot of bags that are, you know, hero pieces. So I think I need some less flamboyant pieces in my collection. Barbara asks, my current unrealistic shopping obsession. I mean, how many pretty dresses can someone have? I do buy a lot of dresses, but is that unrealistic? No, it's totally realistic. I don't obsess over things. Like I get bored pretty quickly, so I don't have collector tendencies either, so I don't, you know, I'm not lusting after anything. For example, Victoria Beckham just released another eyeshadow eyeliner pencil in gold lame. Yeah, I looked at it and I went, no, I don't need it. Yeah, I don't think I have an unrealistic shopping obsession. If you think I do, let me know what it is, because I'm in denial, obviously. Liz Mercer, hi Dale, would you still recommend the pink sequin baguette? Absolutely. The colour of that bag is extraordinary. It's probably, you know, I love it more than my purple sequin in terms of the colour. What I would warn potential Fendi sequin bag buyers about is do not expect, with the volume of sequin bags that are being produced, that the quality will be what it was when they were first released back in 2000. I think that that is a superior finish on that bag, and I'm not seeing that same level of quality in sequin pieces, especially this last cruise collection drop. You know, there's been so many issues, and I just think it's a real shame. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, Fendi, make less and make them better. Lizzie C from Canada, hi Lizzie, is there another pair of Colibri unboxings in the near future? There are some beautiful Colibris being released in the spring summer collection, which is launching this month, March. But no, not at this stage. I'm always tempted by just a pair of classic kitten heel Colibris. I'll pop a picture up here. But I also think that's a lot of money for a pretty neutral pair of shoes, and yes, they're neutral and they'll go with everything, but that's kind of not how I design my outfits. So I The colibri lights that have the thinner heel I'm not a fan of, because when you wear heels for a long period of time, it's better to have a chunky heel, and the colibris have that great chunky curved heel which is almost like a block heel, which makes it super comfortable for all day wear. So at the moment I haven't seen anything that I want, but I'm always looking. Broady 1985, hi Sarah, she says, when are you coming to Yorkshire? Well, I'm not coming to Yorkshire, but I am coming to London, so maybe we can catch up then. Love bags, do you insure all your bags? Yes, my bags are all insured, but as you probably know, you cannot find an economical insurance policy that covers all your bags to their full value. It's impossible. So insurance is kind of a token thing that you hope that you'll never have to use, and I guess insurance is one component of your security systems, but there are a whole bunch of other ways to secure your home or wherever you store your handbags to ensure that you don't lose them. And that's not just theft, that's, you know, fire, flood, that's humidity, that's all sorts of things, accidental damage, the whole box and dice. So I think any collector will tell you that to insure a collection for what it's worth is not really feasible. A lot of people that collect, say, luxury cars don't tend to insure them for the full value. It's just something you do which is unreasonable, and that you love, and that you accept that there's a certain risk associated with it. Miss Storm Erin, how did you pick Gary's name? Well, when I unboxed Gary, I asked for suggestions for Gary's name, and somebody shared with me that there is a book. It's actually quite a sad book, but a book nonetheless about Gary the pigeon who couldn't fly. And this is a pigeon that can't fly, so Gary it is. Amelia Rose's Closet. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever had a question from you, Amelia. Wow. If you haven't heard of Amelia, where have you been? I'll link her channel in the description box below. What would you like as your next made to order? Well, the advice I've been giving everyone who's going to do a made to order has been what I would like to do. Two things. One, another baguette trunk in Galusha, so my backup design that I did last year that I didn't progress with. So I had it in the emerald green. Now that I have a green bag, I wouldn't do it in green. I would do it in either the purple or the kind of fuchsia color that the sample was in. I'll put a picture here. That's from the lookbook. The other one, which is much more imaginative because it's not from the lookbook, is a fox fur. So they're kind of upcycled fox fur. They're made from the scraps of other pieces, but a fox fur baguette in the regular size, so it's kind of like, you know, crazy hairy, maybe in an ombre kind of fox fur. So see these kind of ombre pink here on my Jimmy Choo bag. What color? I don't know what color, but ostrich leather, top handle strap, and like the little leather bit that the clasp attaches to, and for the clasp maybe something, you know, equally fun that maybe has like little eyeballs on it or something like that. Something crazy. I think MTOs just, you know, they should be something that ignite your imagination. Zach Seaton, hey Dale, I hope you're well. Have any Fendi bags caught your eye as of late? Just the one that I spoke about before, the multi-pocket baguette in the Zucca print from the Fall Winter collection. If someone would gift you a Fendi baguette from the 25, which would you choose now? And this one is Bella. If someone would gift me one, what would I choose from the 25? I think I'd choose, you know, I'd go straight to the top. I'd go for the Astrakhan. I'll put a picture of it here. It was so beautiful. The knitwear that was inspired by it, or it inspired, was beautiful as well. It is such a special bag creation. It's amazing. So yeah, I would choose that one. Bella also asks, which items from the Fendi Fall Winter show are your faves? Not buying, just loving. The first look that came out, the leather pencil skirt with the baby blue kind of cut out top. I really loved the baby blues. These looks with the knee-high boots really reminded me of what I was wearing in the late 90s. Been there, done that. Figure has changed. Be interesting to see if that could work again. I also like the cute kind of modern shift dresses with the shirts underneath and the knee-high boots. So it's good to see knee-high boots coming back. I just don't know if my little legs will fit into them anymore. Bella asks, will I be buying the frog from J.W. Anderson? There is a frog bag and its mouth opens. No, I won't be buying it, but I love it. She says, how did hubby react to the pigeon bag? He basically told me I'd lost it, and he had nothing more to say. I did go to grab it when we went for lunch one day, and he kind of gave me the look that was like, don't even think about it. So it's fair to say he's not a fan of Gary. Holly Grace is back in the comments, and she's asked 3 unpopular opinions about luxury and life, ... I recently did an unpopular opinions video, and yeah, it was well received, but there was some feedback about a comment I made around I don't think that you can buy luxury handbags for under $1,000, and I stick by that. There are categories of, you can define what luxury is for you, absolutely, but there is a definition of luxury, and to me, it wasn't a throwaway comment. It was to say, I don't think you can make lists in videos that here are the 10 handbags for under $1,000 luxury handbags, because I don't think they are. So that's one. The next one about luxury is, I don't think these arguments that we have on YouTube or in the community about fairness in the luxury world are valid. I think that this world has been made to be exclusive. So fairness isn't a prerequisite. Fairness in terms of access to pieces, in terms of price increases. Somebody made a comment, and again, people will disagree with this, and that's fine, that with all the price increases, are the craftsmen, getting their cut from these price increases? I'm like, do you pay your machines? We're not talking about people making these bags. We're talking about manufacturing facilities, factories. Yes, there are people perhaps that operate those machines, perhaps people hand finish pieces, but on the whole, I think we're kidding ourselves that there's a little craftsman in a corner with their workshop set up and they are responsible for one bag. I think that's a fallacy. I think that when corporate are looking to make profits, they make those profits for shareholders. So if you buy shares in the company that you work in, then yeah, you will benefit from it. If you buy shares in other companies that you potentially are a client from, you will benefit from it. But I don't think because prices go up and profit increases that automatically the employees should get an increase if they have done nothing more. It is supply and demand. It's economics. It's not about fairness. And when you look at the luxury community, and it's about exclusivity, it's not meant to be fair. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's it. And we enter it knowing that that's the case. And I guess it's my unpopular opinion that I think, yep, we have a right to talk about quality issues. We have a right to talk about a level of service and expectation. But ultimately, we can vote with our wallets and we can vote with our feet. And no one's forcing us to buy this stuff or accept these standards. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of whining that goes on that's probably, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't progress anything. So, thanks, Holly. I'm sure I'll get some feedback on that one. Thoughts on Pharrell Williams for LV? Well, it's yet to be seen. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to cut people down. There's been a few changes. Obviously Gucci, Burberry, now Louis Vuitton menswear. I think we're just got to let people do their thing. Whatever reason the brands have decided to appoint these creative directors is up to them. It could be pop culture, it could be design, aesthetic, it could be vision, it could be political. Who knows? But I think let's just wait and see. Liv asks thoughts on the Fendi leather baguette with the mini baguette pockets. I'm loving it. I like it, but I don't like it as much as the Zucca print. So I think it's a little bit like boxy for me. Next dream bag purchase, I don't know. I don't know, Liv. We'll wait and see, but I didn't think that I'd have what I have already, and yeah, who even knows? I don't know. Connor. Hello, Connor. I'll link his channel below. Next bag in your collection to go. Nothing so far. I think SLGs, I've been talking about doing an SLG sale, small leather goods. I need to get organised for that. Yeah, so small leather goods. I have not changed my small leather goods out. I can't remember the last time I changed them. I think it was when I had the pocket organiser and I was considering that one. So yeah, it's probably time to clean those out. I'll keep my animations because I love them, but I think possibly everything else could go. So keep an eye out for that one. Vintage Lover 83. Hi Una. What's the goss? Well, I don't know. What is the goss? That's the postie. And the final question is from Min Wade. How often do you go on a shopping spree, even if it's only to look at nice luxury stuff? I have to say it's been a long while since, in Brisbane anyway, that I've just gone and walked around and had a look in all of the stores. It's probably something that I'm overdue to do, and if truth be told, I'm probably avoiding it because I don't want to spend any money. But it's been a long time. It's been quite a long time. So I had a bit of a look around when I was in Sydney with Connor, and when I was in Sydney, what was that, October, with Meredith and Connor as well. So it's not something I tend to do. I usually research a lot and then I go and shop with purpose. I don't tend to browse. So yeah. There was one more question from Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle, who also has a YouTube channel I'll link below. Anything you would change about your MTO now you've had it for a bit? No. I'll just get it out. Here she is in her box. No, I think it's absolutely, it's just so unique. It's such a work of art. It, you know, makes me happy and smile. It's amazing, and I wouldn't change a thing. I think when you have created something, you know, that's just for you, that's not for resale, that's not a trend, that's not anything but a creation, I think it gives you a sense of calm. And yeah, this actually inspires me to create fun outfits to wear with it. So I don't think I'd worn my Gucci heels, for example, for ages, and then I put this outfit together for Connor's lunch. I mean, it's a casual outfit, but for some reason, wearing this bag made me gravitate toward those heels. And I'm like, why haven't I worn these with jeans before? They look great. So yeah, I think it just, I think that's something really special in my handbag collection, and it's doing something special for how I put outfits together. So yeah, I'm loving it. Okay guys, that is the mammoth Q&A for February. I didn't think we had that much to talk about, but a bit of detail there. So thank you so much if you've made it this far. Perhaps you can leave me the emoji. It's one of my favorite emojis, that one. But yeah, subscribe, sign up next time so that you can ask a question if there's something that you want me to talk about. I think I've proven that I pretty much give you an unfettered answer to most things. So I'd love to see you again for March Q&A. Keep an eye out on my Instagram stories and my YouTube community page, where I'll give you the prompt to ask the questions. But in the interim, I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, sometimes some extras. I'd love to see you back here. Until then, ciao for now.